I'm here with Chief Noble and Captain Bearclaw. Chief Noble is with the U.S. Army from the Utah National Guard, and Captain Bearclaw is here, Salt Lake City Fire Department. This is a massive mass casualty incident that we've seen here today, and the two agencies are working together to facilitate the care of these many patients. That's got to be a challenge logistically. First, what happens in terms of command structure? Who's in charge?
Initially, the fire department is, so it's here in Salt Lake City proper. So we'll arrive, we'll establish incident command, and we'll make a size up of what the incident is, what it's going to require, and then we'll call for additional resources, which in this case would be the National Guard for a mass casualty incident like this. Then City Fire will go ahead and we're going to always start with life safety first, and then we're going to do incident stabilization and then property. But once we identify that we have a large-scale incident like this that's out of our scope of practice, then we're going to need additional resources, and that's where the National Guard is so valuable with us.
And at this incident today, the National Guard came rolling in well after the fire department was already here. What happens when you arrive on scene?
Our commander gets with their commander. Their commander is the one that's mainly in charge and tells our commander where we're needed. We bring all of our assets. We brought well over 200 people that are trained in the decontamination and the medical aspects, and we're here to give them whatever support they need. We've got more tents to decontaminate people. The last couple of years we've been training up on this so that we can support the fire department as quickly as we can. We can get the people to the medical attention they need and determine what status that they're in.
And Chief, in that process, when the National Guard rolls in, the federal government's here, do they take charge?
The incident commander is usually the first person on the scene because they're the one that have been there and been in charge and know where they're at and where they're standing at. In order for it to change command, there has to be a great big shutdown and a change of command ceremony where everything is relayed over to the new incoming commander. And it doesn't have to be military. It doesn't necessarily have to be a mayor or the chief of the fire department. It's most likely they're going to choose the most qualified person, and it's not according to your rank structure in either department.
And as I understand it, at this incident here today, the Salt Lake City Fire Department retained control of the incident. You're here as a resource to them.
Yes, we're here to back up and give them a break because you can only be in those seats so long, and the more manpower you have, the better it is, so they can take a break.
And in the process of helping at an incident like this, obviously the logistics that are involved are pretty significant. Just determining where you're going to put your vehicles is a challenge. Who's going to use what fire hydrant, all those kinds of things. How does that happen? Do you know ahead of time, or how do you plan it?
We arrived on site and we actually correlate with the fire command and let them know, hey, we've got this big of a footprint and we need this much space in order to set up so we can help you. And then they accommodated us and moved some stuff out of the way so that we could get in and give them a hand.
And your unit is set up and trained to respond through an entire region. It's not just for use here in Salt Lake.
Roger that. Our region incorporates 5 different states. So if something happened here in Utah, we would not be the ones responding to that. They would bring another region in for that so we could help with our families where they're needed. If something happened in Colorado, Montana, Idaho, we got a 6-hour plan to where everybody's notified within 6 hours and ready to go, and then within 72 hours we're on site doing whatever we need to do to take care of the business.